Power. What is power? Is it how many cars you own? Being in a position of authority? Or to have crowds chanting your name? Maybe, if you're one for fool's gold. But real power is defiance. Real power is saying, yes, I can. Real power is freedom. Boundless and unrestricted. With the freedom to act, our actions can define who we are. And we are the calm waters, formidable as oceans. We are the hottest fires that have forged the strongest steel. We are David that fell Goliath. We are who we choose to be. And we have the freedom to choose to be better, to build stronger, to innovate harder, to do the unthinkable. And I think we're ready to strike back with StrikeX. TradeStrike. For the people.
Appreciate your sound, needed renovation.
I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready.
Cool. Okay. Hi guys, and welcome to AMA 3. This is the most important update we've given to date, and it is the relaunch of our token StrikeCoin to the new and improved StrikeX. My name's Joe, and I am the co-founder and CEO of TradeStrike.
My name's Kish. I am also the co-founder and the CCO of TradeStrike.
First of all, what we want to say is, yes, we were the first crypto in space. And secondly, to our existing holders, you do not need to do a thing to be transitioned over for the relaunch of StrikeX. All of your Strike coins, should you decide to hold through the relaunch, they are being transferred to you automatically at the very same value as your investment is now. So you will not lose a cent. We have all the funds we need to launch StrikeX at the same price of StrikeCoin, so you do not need to worry about anything happening to your investment there. We will launch at a minimum price of the StrikeCoin price at the time this AMA goes out. Also, in this AMA, we will be discussing other updates briefly, and there is an update on the DEX towards the end, just for anybody that was waiting on DEX news. The DEX news is here and it's coming, and we'll tell you a little bit more about that towards the end of this short AMA. What is StrikeX? StrikeX is the essential next step in our journey. It's a custom coded contract suitable for TradeStrike and our ongoing journey. We feel that the old contract, although it served its purpose, it wasn't robust and versatile enough for us to continue kind of developing our products alongside with. The new token we've created, StrikeX, is versatile, secure, fully audited by Certik, and it's ready to go. And it's the kind of the big next stage in our journey. So first questions I'm sure you all have is why the need to relaunch StrikeCoin at all? And the answer is simple. StrikeX has been carefully considered and constructed for months now in the making to be as versatile and secure as possible. One big feature that the new token has is the 3% sales tax. This isn't something that we've decided overnight. It's something that we've carefully considered, and it's something that we need to get our project to the next level. And just in case, just want to kind of point out now, before we get any comments regarding any Photoshop, no, we have launched that into space. That was our supply of StrikeX reaching space before Elon and his rocket ship managed it. So we are kind of proud to say that we are the first people there to put a crypto in space. Kish, do you want to kind of just, woohoo? Do you guys, do you want to just go over a brief, just explain about the new token? Because there are some slight differences with the new token.
So StrikeX contains some smart features, and they've been kind of implemented to facilitate our growth over the next few months, just to help us build as a company. And there'll be the cells will be used for marketing, development, brand awareness, product upgrades. We're not fond of tokenomics, so we implemented them in a way to be timed for a period of 9 months. This enables any cells on the market to support us whilst we're building our products. And then once our flagship product gets into the testing phase, the tokenomics will completely expire. They'll never be turned on again, and we can proceed to integrate an absolutely clean token onto our TradeStrike platform. This entire process from StrikeCoin to StrikeX will be completely automatic. So you guys do not have to do anything. Just add our contract address to your crypto wallet. Just make sure you spread the word to all your family and friends, and you can do this from right now. The contract address is in the description and it'll be plastered across the website.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's one thing kind of touching on the why StrikeX is important and why it's the next step in our evolution, is that it enables us to compete at the higher echelons of the Binance Smart Chain market. There are a lot of coins out there, a lot of projects that really have kind of gone to town with their taxations. I mean, admittedly, I disagree with some of them. Some of them are ridiculously high. We kind of worked out that 3% gives us the amount we need to basically raise a lovely pot there to list on major exchanges. Because right now with StrikeCoin, we have funded ourselves through the sale of OTC coins, and that's just not sustainable to continue doing so. Another benefit of a small selling tax is that it ensures that people that are day trading StrikeX or scalping StrikeX, their sales are contributing to the project on the whole. So every time someone sells, it has a benefit to the project.
I guess I'd like to add in that it will be a pleasant experience to watch all the cells go through now. So keep up the good work, scalpers.
Yeah, well, I think that's it. I mean, a lot of the community get frustrated, especially with people that hold religiously. They do get frustrated seeing, say, if we're hitting a resistance point in our price trend and they see scalpers making money off of that. Just know any sales now, there's a contribution from those sales to the taxation pool. So what that will do will allow us, again, just to really push ourselves ahead with marketing, listings, really to grow ourselves to a top tier crypto, because these exchanges, marketing campaigns, they don't come cheap, but we are certain with a small 3% tax that we have implemented with StrikeX that we'll have enough there to push our project to the next level.
It is a tactical selling tax, and it's been marketed as such because any of the sales that come through, they will be used to grow the pot, and the pot will be then used to develop things which will in turn bring more volume to the project. So it kind of becomes a full circle.
It's full circle, yeah. That's it. And one major advantage that we have with StrikeX is that it's been fully audited by Certik, and it was also covered by their SkyNet feature, which basically monitors for security 24/7, 365 days a year, just for that added layer of security. We will go in a bit later on the AMA just to explain a bit more of these features, because there are more, and we'll also be posting links in the description to exactly what these features do. Just a little breakdown really, because I know a lot of people want to know where the 3% tax will be going. 1.5% of that will be going straight to our liquidity pool. As we want to kind of continue to grow and get to that next stage where we are in the regions of pushing for, say, 100,000, 200,000 holders, we needed to find a way to consistently grow our liquidity pool and stop its depletion. So a 1.5% tax out of that 3% is going to the liquidity pool. 1% of that 3% will be going towards a project wallet. So that will be used for marketing, paying for listing fees, anything really that we've so far have had to kind of raise those funds through the sale of OTC coins, because that's unsustainable. We can't OTC to fund ourselves indefinitely. And I mean, probably one of my favorite, and I'm sure it will be quite well received, the remaining 0.5% is used as a buyback. So that means that every sell, 0.5% of that transaction fee in BNB gets sent to a wallet, and that wallet is exclusively used for buying back our own tokens over the market. We can use this in a number of ways. We can use this to buy our own dip. So I mean, if somebody dips and the price tanks at any point, we can buy that dip with the money that we've got ourselves in the project. And then what we can do with those coins we've bought, we can burn them. So it's a double whammy. We buy the dip, push the price back up, and then burn the other coins, lowering the supply, causing a smaller supply, and basically win-win for all our holders. Enough about the tokenomics. I mean, all this will be published. There's all the information's all here for everybody to read, as well as the Certik audit. So obviously, fill your boots and all the information we kind of published. But I thought it was important for us to address it because people know, who are members of our community, we're not a big fan of having to implement taxes but I mean, they have their uses, and in this case, we're going to use it to the very best of our ability to benefit our community and our project on the whole. But I want to pass back to Kish a little bit, really, to talk about the process over the next week from now, since the announcement of the relaunch to the actual launch, where we add liquidity to the token, sending it live. Again, this will be published in detail, but I know, again, people like to hear it from us ourselves, just for maybe some reassurance of what they need to do.
So basically, all the existing holders, they just need to copy and paste the StrikeX contract into their crypto wallets. We'll be sending out an email, which we probably have already gotten by now. We'll put it in the descriptions, and it'll be on the website, big and bold. Within 24 hours of the launch of StrikeX, the new token will automatically be airdropped to all holders, and you can continue purchasing Strike up until the cutoff period. Again, we've listed this on the website. And just as this video premiered, we've actually taken a snapshot of the pricing to ensure that price is sustained after launch as well. So you don't need to worry about anything. We've got the capital to support you. And just before we do upgrade everyone to the new contract, we'll be taking a snapshot of all the holders, which means all the tokens in your wallet will be replaced one for one. And again, please ensure that all family and friends are aware that they need to add the Strike contract address, because they need to see those tokens. If they don't see the tokens and they haven't watched this AMA or been to the website, they might get confused as to what's happened to their tokens. Everything's fine, your investment is safe.
I think that's the two really, really important points to make there that we can't stress enough is, one, tell people, because there's a lot of people that I guess that have invested in StrikeCoin that aren't always on the computer, aren't following our socials. I know a lot of my friends and family are probably in the same position where they bought and have forgot about it, and they might check in next month and on their old token. So anybody that you know that's invested in StrikeCoin, just let them know they need to add the new StrikeX address and they will find their investment. Again, the second really important point to make is about the snapshot of who will be receiving the new drop. So we are giving a 24-hour notice from this period to allow people, if they want to sell the old tokens because they don't want the new airdrop, they can do so. We're not forcing people to be part of this relaunch. For whatever reason, I don't know, people don't want the relaunch, fair enough, they can sell their old tokens. But what people that want the relaunch and want to be part of this must understand, and they need to understand, is that regardless of anybody selling their tokens over the next 24 hours, even if the old price of StrikeCoin goes to zero, it will not affect the relaunch price of StrikeX. StrikeX will launch at the snapshot price taken just before this AMA was released. So people that have been holding and will continue to hold will not lose out one tiny bit.
Just want to add a little bit onto that. We're not responsible for people selling out and then buying back in at a higher price.
Yeah, that's one thing that's important with this, is why we needed to raise as much money as we could to put into the liquidity pool. We have more money now ready to go in BNB to put into this new token than the entire StrikeCoin liquidity as it stands. So we are more than well enough funded to launch our new token at the same price as StrikeCoin is at the snapshot. So regardless of what happens to the price of StrikeCoin before we launch StrikeX, it just doesn't matter, because everybody that holds, I mean, again, it just goes back to the old saying, just hold as prosper, you know, that's all you need to do. Just hold, add the contract address, nice and simple.
Yeah. I need to stress that, you know, we're all about community. Protecting the community is paramount. So we're not going to let your investment lose any value at all. We've kept this on the side waiting for this moment. This has been something that we've been working towards for, I think, a few months now. And you know, StrikeX is a short-term reshuffling, but it's a long-term peace of mind thing. This is a bulletproof smart contract, and it's going to see us into the future. You know, this is taking us to the next level now, and it all starts with StrikeX. And over the next few days, we're going to be here to answer your questions, because, you know, we understand this is a critical and sensitive step, which is why we've spoken to the mods and the rest of the team about this beforehand. So please ensure you read the FAQs, you understand what's going on. I'll repeat again, you literally do not have to worry. This process is automatic. Just make sure you add the new address. Your investment remains the same. We've taken a snapshot, so the coin will launch at the same price. And by the end of play Friday, we'll have smoothly transitioned over, and we can begin with the next step.
Yes, and I know a lot of people are aware of some of the steps that we have got coming, but they're not aware of all of them. And I know they're going to be well received, and we can't wait to share them with you. But this relaunch happens first, and every single day from the relaunch, we're pressing on higher. We've got news, we've been saving up news, we've been working on plenty of things over the last few months, ready for this moment. We didn't want to go all out and share all our news, all our partnerships, everything that we've progressed and developed so far. We didn't want to share it until this point. So see, the launch on Friday is the rebirth and the beginning of the StrikeX era.
I guess we'll retrace now that all the serious stuff is out of the way. Should we talk about the space video then?
Yeah, well, to be honest, I mean, it was something, I don't know where it came from, really. I think it was one of the mods in the chat.
Yeah, I think it was Lewis.
Yeah, we kind of wanted to do something different and do something memorable to mark the occasion. I mean, like Kisha said, we've been working on this for months now. This is not a reaction to a negative. This is a planned progression to bring our project to the next level, and you're all coming with us to that next level. Hopefully, if you want to remain invested, just come along for the ride. And that's why we felt it was important to do something special to mark the occasion. And being the first cryptocurrency physically in space in the world, in history, is something kind of worth celebrating, and it's something worth remembering.
We beat the man with a rocket ship, so
exactly. Elon Musk has a rocket ship, and he still hasn't put Dogecoin in space. We done it with a hot air balloon.
They're gonna say, but yeah, they didn't go to the moon.
Didn't need to go to the moon. We're getting to the moon. We're on our way to the moon, but it was space. So really, really happy with how that came together. So yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed it too. I mean, one thing. I mean, we've been saying now that how this is the relaunch, the rebirth of StrikeCoin to StrikeX. But what does that exactly mean? I know a lot of people have been waiting for our DEX, and what has seemed like an eternity, I'll be honest, to get it ready and to get it to market. But I will tell you that it has been sent back, and we are good to go with the launch of the DEX. That is coming in the. Actually, I'm not going to give a day. I want it to be a little bit of a surprise, but I can't leave you guys hanging any longer. We're good to go with the DEX.
Yeah.
And again, what comes with the DEX, I'm sure some of you that have been paying attention, keep up to date with our socials, is the announcement of our partnership. Again, which is something I'm really excited for. And I know a lot of other people are excited to kind of hear who it is. There's been some great speculations, some real great detective work I've seen across the social medias trying to figure out who our anonymous partner might be. But yes, I'll spoil some of the things. It's not Continental Tires for the people that thought it was Continental Tires. As I mentioned earlier, obviously, a big step in any tech company's vision and their journey is the release of their first product. I know, as we were saying, it's not our first products that we leave, it's our first product, and then we continue building upon. But it's something that has taken its time, and it's taken its time for a good reason. As we said, we've been developing it and improving it along the road of development, but also we really, really focused strongly on security. My opinion on DEX security in the market, and it has been bad. There has been a lot of hacks and problems with other DEX products and other DeFi exchanges that were victims of hacking, of flash loan attacks, sandwich attacks. There's a lot out there, and the hackers are getting more and more innovative, which is why I found it was extremely important to use the world-leading blockchain security company that is Certik in all areas. So as well as our token being audited and protected by Certik, as is our DEX. So Kish mentioned earlier how it was also how it's also been integrated with SkyNet. So the DEX is constantly being monitored by SkyNet. Again, for that added layer of protection, so you can always see, you can log on and you can see the Certik score and see if it's running safe and if there's any potential threats occurring live in real time. So as well as SkyNet, they also have a service called Certik Shield, which again is something that we have implemented with StrikeX, which is basically a form of token insurance, which covers the token for hacks, theft, things of that nature. Again, just to add to that further layer of security. Again, details on these different services we'll post links to, because there's plenty of articles and blog posts about the different features that we're using from Certik. But it's just really to say that we've spared no expense, and we've not rushed our developers. We've made sure we do everything we can to ensure the security of our product first, because obviously you can have the best looking, the most feature-rich product in the world, but it means nothing if it's not secure. So that's the number one thing we had to kind of get right, and we wanted to kind of put a lot of our focus on getting it secure. And we feel with Certik, we're in the best place to do so.
I just wanted to add on one more thing. So we've actually launched a help center based on Zendesk, which was actually very expensive. But over time, we're going to continuously develop this to become more and more useful. So all the main questions that you have will be found on there as well.
The main point of this, like AMA or brief AMA, was really focused purely on the relaunch of StrikeX, and get the information there to you guys in the community, as well as potential new investors looking to buy on launch on Friday. In regards to the DEX, that's ready to go, but we wanted to keep this AMA focused on StrikeX. The DEX is ready, and there'll be another AMA coming very shortly regarding the DEX. Cool. It's going to be massive. Anyway, cheers, guys.
Bye.
Cool.
Research the sound needed for innovation. Research the sound needed for innovation.